Welcome to today's practice. Today's practice, you're practicing with Yoga with Dora, and today's practice is focusing on the third energy center, the navel. And the navel center is all about finding our center, finding our self. So everything to do with we live in a very I-oriented world, but it's actually everything to do with the self in a healthy, in a constructive way. So we have the self-esteem, we have the courage, we have the self-power to do the things, to manifest the things that we want to. And of course doing it for the good of others as well, because that's where true joy resides. So today's focus is very much going to be centering around the navel. Okay? Come into a comfortable seated position, relax the shoulders, allow your little wiggling around, allow yourself to get comfortable in your position. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes, lengthen the top of the head up towards the ceiling. Allow the sit bone to relax towards the floor and find your stability in the pose. So finding our center is always about balance. In our seated position, when we arrive to the class, notice this balance between the effort, the activation of the physical body, the activation of the core as we lengthen the spine, as we lift the top of the head up towards the ceiling, but we release the sit bones towards the floor. We find this fire, this core in the center. But notice how the breath just comes with effortlessness, with ease, with joy. On the exhalation, you bring the navel to the spine a little bit. You contract, you release, you let go. And with the inhalation, you fill up, you expand. You just become a little bit bigger with each inhalation. Allow yourself to settle here with your breath. Just synchronizing the breath. And we're coming into our intention with the left palm coming to the heart center, right palm gently pressing over it. And we make our intention for today's class to connect to this energy center, our navel center, our personal powerhouse, igniting the fire that transforms, the fire that burns through all the impurities. Bring the palms together, thumbs gently pressing into the heart, and we tune in with the Om mantra 3 times, starting on the exhalation. Notice the vibration of the mantra, and actually when we're chanting, we allow the navel, the sound to come all the way up from the navel. And then relax the hands, open up the eyes. Hands rest in front of you, starting with the gentle seated cat-cows, inhaling, opening, rolling the shoulders, coming a little bit forward. And on the exhalation, navel to the spine, C position, let the head relax, chin coming in, to the chest. Come into a few gentle little cat-cow movements, noticing how you're feeling in the spine, depending on what went on. When are you practicing? In the morning or the evening? What's the story in the spine? And just really softly, it's almost like you're connecting with every single vertebra and you're massaging through it. Opening the heart and then navel to the spine, and you focusing on the navel, and then coming forward, you're opening the heart. Just a few more. Just what feels right. Always move joyfully in the body. And then coming back to the center, coming into our side bends, right hand comes out to the side, reach the left hand out. On the exhalation, soft side bend to the right, inhale, coming back, switching to the other side, root down with the right hip when we're going to the left. And then when you're going to the right, root down with the left hip. Nice and balanced, feel the space. So when we're working with the fire, with the third energy center, just feel the space, creating space in the waistline, that if you have any excess fire, like the fire that we want to ignite is the good fire, the Agni, but also you can have the fire of the too much fire in the Pitta sense, the doshas, that can actually burn you. So if you feel that you have too much fire, that can manifest as anger, frustration, a lot of judgment, then you want to release that fire. Let's have just one more each side, nice and easy. And then come back into the left. And then coming into our dynamic twist. We're going to have more twist in this practice because we connect with the navel. So when you lengthen the spine, nice and easy, and on the exhalation, just soft little twist to the right and come back. Remember, we're just warming up the 6 movements of the spine: forward and backward bends, side bends, left to right or right to left, and the gentle twist. So just really soft movement, being very compassionate, being very loving, working on connecting with ourselves and feeling that the movement comes from the center, that you lift the top of the head up, the sit bone reaches down, and when you move to the twist, you move from the core, the chest, the shoulders, and the head goes last. Let's just come into one more to the left, and then come back to the center. Okay, coming to all fours. If you wish to, you can put a blanket or block underneath the knees if your knees are sensitive, but you don't have to. And we start activating the core. Come into the all fours, roll the shoulders back, lengthen, and then stretch the right leg back. Neutral spine, navel is coming in, shoulders are rolling back, neck is nice and long, chin is slightly tucked in. Inhale that right leg. Push the right heel away, the toe is pointing down. If you need to, just have a quick peek that the toes are pointing down, so you're not misaligning the hip here. And then we're going to extend the opposite arm, left arm, gaze is to the front or diagonally, and activate the core. 5 deep breaths. Feel that you really need to bring the core into activation, navel to the spine, to find the balance here. You probably already feel after a couple of breaths the fire. Try not to collapse into that right arm. Extend the left arm forward. Right leg goes back. Exhale, that's about 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Slowly come back. Bring the legs down and just relax here. We're going to come into a gentle twist. Right hand reaches up and the right hand threads underneath the left armpit. If you have a block or a blanket, you can put it underneath the ears, but if you want, you can just lengthen the right arm underneath the left armpits and just stay upright. Or if you're okay, bending the elbow and relaxing the ear down onto the floor or on the block. Relaxing here, keep that right leg arm nice and relaxed. Soften here, and with the left hand you have the option of extending that left arm forward and just gently relaxing into this twist. Or if you want to add a little bit more and you're okay with the shoulder, you can bring the left arm and bring it all the way around, coming towards the right thigh. Just relaxing into it, softening with this gentle twist. Really good for releasing the shoulders. Just a beautiful twist in the upper body, softening here. Breathing deeply. And you have the variations when you come a little higher, if you bring yourself on the block, or you don't even have to come down to the floor, and you can just thread the arm underneath. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale if you had the arm behind, and bring it back to the center, and with the help of that left hand, press into the left hand and come back into the all fours. Realign in the center, and we go into the other side. Extend the left leg back, toes pointing downwards. Lift that left leg. Activate the core, roll the shoulders back. Find your center and extend the right arm forward. Gaze is down, top of the head reaches away from the sit bones. Right fingertips reach forward. Left heel is pushing backwards. It's like your two favorite people are pulling you at the arm and the leg. There's beautiful length in the spine. Really balancing for the nervous system. Alternate arms and legs are always good for activating the parasympathetic nervous system, but it's very strong on the core. You probably feel the fire. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. On the exhalation, bring the legs and the hands back, and we're coming into the twist, opening the left arm, threading underneath the right armpit, rolling the shoulders back, either staying here or bending down, releasing that left ear to the floor. And see if you want to have the right arm extended in front of you, or if you're okay with coming into a little bit more of a chest opener, bringing that arm across to the outer hip. Relaxing here. Deep breath. One more breath. And then reach that arm back. Press into the hand and come up into the center. Cross the legs behind you and come into a seated position. So the next posture is going to be the boat posture. But really be mindful, if you're on your female cycle, especially the first 2 days, don't do very strong cores. So just core practices. So always just nice and easy. And very important with the boat pose, if your lower back is sensitive, do the modifications and just really lift from the lower back. Top of the head is reaching up. Variation number 1 is that you just bring the tiptoes down, hug the legs in, and you create that space, but you activate the core. If you're okay, you can bring the arms away. You can lift the leg a little bit. You can lean back a little bit, but keep the spine straight. Or you can have the legs in the 90 degrees or go to the full boat pose. So whichever version, I'm going to do the bent leg, and we're going to have 5 deep breaths. I don't know if you started already, but let's just start the count. We are at 2. I admit I can't really talk with the full position. Exhale, feel the belly shaking, but lift and lengthen. Open the heart. 4 and 5. And then bring the legs down. Cross the legs, hands come next to you and just lift a little bit, like you can even wiggle around. And the reason for this is just resetting the spine, finding these legs. Very important with the core to lift up, okay? We're just gonna have one more round, whichever version you would like to. I just show. So again, hugging, arms out, lifting halfway or all the way. Exhale. Exhale, 3. I tried my best to speak with it, but it's better just to have the half boat. Exhale, 4 and 5. And then cross the legs, bring the hands to the side, lift up and lengthen. You can probably feel the glow, the warmth in the body. Just a few rounds of both. Okay, we're going to come to a seated cross-legged position. And with this one, you can have the legs crossed, right leg in front. You can have a little bit forward with the leg. If you're familiar with half lotus, you can bring the right heel towards the thigh with the sole of the foot facing upwards, and the right hand will go behind, or even if you can, grab the big toe and the left hand will come on the right knee. So try not to force the position, just whatever your body allows. Remember to lift the top of the head up, lengthen, and on the exhalation, release into your twist. So the right hand is either just behind you, on the fingertips, left hand can be anywhere, on the ankles, knees, thigh, and just work yourself into the twist with the breath. Try not to force it. I'm coming back a little, so we're speaking towards the microphone. Try not to force the twist, but just really connect with this, lifting the top of the head up, lengthening. And on the exhalation, as you bring the navel to the spine, you just relax into it, rolling the shoulders back, opening the heart, nourishing. So with the boat pose, we rekindle the fire, we stir it up, and with the twist we are releasing, squeezing out. So we're continuing with this process of purification, cleansing. One more breath. And then slowly coming back on the exhalation. Relax, find a neutral position. And then we swap legs. So you can just have cross-legged with the left leg in front, or move into your half lotus with the left leg on top. And then the left hand can either come and hug or grab the toe, or you can just have the hand behind you. And the right hand comes across, lengthen the top of the head up. And on the exhalation, softly relax into the twist. Remember never to force the posture, just relax into it. So when we work with the navel and we work with this release, think about finding your center point. So with the boat pose, you saw that we almost like folded in half, and we really activated that fire. Whenever you work on the core, if you start shaking, don't worry about it. That's not a sign of weakness. It's actually really, really good, because you're stirring up and you're releasing anything which may be stagnating there. I can actually turn into the twist here because I'm twisting towards the microphone. So just relax into it. And when you work with the core, think about finding yourself, your personal powerhouse, your courage. Whenever we feel lost and we feel that we don't have any self-esteem and we can't find our way in the world, if you do a few core exercises, you immediately start to smile and come back to your center. Because physically, it's at the center of your body as well. And then very slowly, gently come back and relax. Let's just have a soft forward, coming into a butterfly. You can bring the legs closer to you, the heels a little bit away, like a diamond position. And just lengthen and come into a soft forward fold. So you can just be gentle, flow with it and relax into it. No need to go really deep. Just surrender for a few deep breaths before the last segment of our practice. Just relaxing into this forward fold, softening into there. One more breath. And then slowly come up, lengthen here, just relax still in the butterfly, and I show you the next position. So this position, this exercise is really good for finding this balance in the core. So option one is, if you're okay with that, lengthening the arms, palms are facing upwards by the side of the head, legs are together, stretched out. And on the inhalation, we lift opposite arms and legs and we try to touch them together. And on the exhalation, we bring the legs back. And you can do it really slowly, or you can do it in a faster rhythm. If this one is too much for you, too much for the lower back, so keep the lower back down, you can just do that. The hands are underneath the sit bones, palms facing down, so you support the lower back, and you just lower the leg and come back, lower the other leg, come back. Another modification, when the hands are out, arms and legs are up, and then you do the same. So you're bringing together opposite arms and legs, opposite arms and leg, and you touch them. Okay, so whichever version you want to feel connected to, we are going to do it for just 2 minutes. Generally, this one you can just do on your own, resetting the center of gravity for 8 minutes. So if you find that this area is you're struggling with this energy center, this self, this courage, this personal power, manifestation, then I would recommend maybe daily do 8 minutes. So let's connect to it. Come down from your butterfly and just lying on your back. Really activate the core, press the lower back down, so the whole time the core is strong and the lower back should be nice and relaxed. And we just start. So start slowly, opposite arms and legs. Try to touch them together. So we start slowly, and then if you want, you can pick up speed. Bring the chin in, nice and relaxed in the neck. So go in your own rhythm. Inhale, opposite arm and leg comes together. Exhale, relax it back down. Let me look at the time. Palms facing upwards. And 2 minutes, we actually going to feel nice and steady. But when you do it for 8 minutes, you really feel. When you bring opposite arms and legs together, you rewiring the nervous system and you're activating the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest part. But at the same time, you're working strongly on the core. So it's such a standalone healing practice, this one. If you lost your center, if you lost your power, if you don't feel that you have the courage to face the world, you feel like you can't manifest anything. So the third energy center is like the Nike slogan, the do it. This is where all the activation is. When we have a weak navel center, we just don't have energy. So if you have a strong navel, a healthy, strong navel center, then you feel that you feel energetic, you feel like up to things, want to set goals and work towards them, but just nice and healthy. So you can also overactivate this center when you become too fiery, like workaholic, and just really focusing on your strength here. So as always, beautiful balance. Let's do a few more. Notice the fire in the body. Okay, last one. And just one big stretch. Push the heels out, lengthen here. And then bring the knees in. Hug yourself. Rock from side to side. Nice and easy. So of course, if this is too much for your lower back, then start with the modified version. Hands on the knees and just build that practice up. Don't give up, but make sure that your lower back is always protected. And the stronger your core is, the more your lower back is going to be protected. So if your lower back is an area which you feel that causes pain for your sensitivity, then the core is the one to stabilize. Let's just come into a nice little recline twist from here. Bring the soles of the feet on the ground. Bring the legs together. Hands come into the T position, palms facing upwards. Shimmy the shoulders out, chin tucked in. And whenever you're ready, glue the ankles and the knees together and drop the legs out to the right. Nice and easy. If you feel comfortable, you can turn the head the opposite direction. Just resting and relaxing here, breathing deeply. Maybe close your eyes, connecting to this release, letting go. Allowing yourself to be really nice and relaxed in here. It's like surrendering, softening here. Shoulders are stabilized. Only move into the twist until you feel comfortable. Just allowing this support of the ground, but at the same time this opening of the heart. So you're spreading your arms. Next exhalation, bring the head back to the center, and with the help of the core, bring the leg back, realign in the middle. And whenever you're ready, drop the legs out to the left. Keep the legs aligned, so the knees together, soles of the feet together. And then if you want to, you can turn your head the opposite direction. Shimmy the shoulders down. And close your eyes if you feel comfortable with it. And just squeeze out, wring out from the spine anything that you're ready to let go of. A lot of times we are held back by beliefs, judgments that we are holding in the body. And when we create this fire in the navel and then we come to the breath, relax into the twist, and we decide to consciously release them from the body. And then the body and the mind and the breath start to work together based on our instruction. And they just help us to release these blockages, these things that are holding us back. Slowly with the exhalation, bring the head back and the legs. Bring the legs in, give yourself a cutter, rock from side to side. If your lower back is okay, then just come rock up into gentle little movements, rock up into seated position. If not, then turn to the side and use the hand and the elbow to help you up. So just a couple of little rocking movements. Come up into a seated position. You can put your blanket or block underneath and just coming into a short meditation. So take your time, find your center, bring the leg into the position that feels right for you. Relax the hands, roll the shoulders back. You can have the palms facing upwards or just downwards. Allow your breath to be at the center of your focus. Soften the eyes, soften the face. Lengthen the spine like how we did at the beginning. And start to bring your focus to the navel. Notice on the exhalation as you bring the navel in, as you empty, release. And on the inhalation, fill the navel up with the breath. Stay here for a few cycles, really being aware of this movement of the belly with your breath. Nice and soft. Expanding and contracting. Power and ease at the same time. And now, still focusing on the navel, visualize the beautiful yellow color in the navel, the yellow of the sun, the sunflower. Beautiful, soft, warm yellow color. Feel it spreading around the navel, the whole of the abdominal region, waistline, lower back. Let the yellow color vibrate around the navel, three-dimensionally, front, sides, and back. If you find visualizing a little bit of a challenge, just give the intention that you plant the seed of the yellow color in the navel and you let it expand around the navel. And with each exhalation, you bring the navel in, you release, you let go of any self-depreciation, self-criticism, self-judgment. With each inhalation, letting the yellow and the breath expand in the navel, you bring in courage, abundance, power, self-esteem, self-expression. And just stay here, breathing into the navel, letting the navel expand and contract. Project from the navel. Project power, courage, energy. And notice that at the same time you have this amazing strength there. You also have a softness there. Like the yellow color is bright, but it also has a warmth. Now we're going to finish our practice. If you wish to, this short practice is finished with the meditation, but if you do have time, just come into Shavasana, relax. We always finish our practice with Shavasana. I'm just conscious of promising to keep these practices short. So allow yourself to relax into on your back for a couple of minutes, depending on how much time you have. But if you practice in the morning, you can just come here and then bring the hands together. And notice this beautiful pulsation in the navel. Bow your head, give yourself a big thank you. Gratitude towards yourself that you came to the mat again today. Making these steps towards creating balance in your energy systems. And then rub the palms together, create heat. And then cover the eyes in the palms. Let the eyes relax in here. And then softly open up. Let the light in and give yourself a lovely, lovely massage. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it, and may your navel center be strong and balanced.